Only he can do that towards the door.
Mm.
We don't try that. We turn an indoor ride into an outdoor ride. There it is. There it is. Super. There it is.
Nice. Praise God for that.
You see, with little things, he can do a lot. And I don't need to squeeze him so much or push him so much. It's a nice guy.
There's really any changes, but this shows the mice. He probably hasn't done the mice for a couple of weeks now. Yeah, Valentina exercised him a little last night. 20 minutes. Electric seats. There's our boy. He's not used to having the seats here inside and
Did all of that without pressing the filming button. Idiot. Good boy.
I gotta get rid of some video. I gotta get rid of some video. It's as easy as it looks with him.
Yeah. Did you say this is your horse?
I wish. He is for sale. That was a big ask.
There we go.
Did he mention that he's only 9?
I was just gonna ask how old this horse was.
I mean, he's just recently Grand Prix legal, right? He's working the transitions, which are really
Back end
good.
loading.
They're really improving. Because he has a correct piaffe, he can make them. There.
Oh,
That was a gooder.
yeah.
Nice and straight. Very good.
Woo!
Yeah.
Price just went up with the fan piaffe.
That was a nice line. Good boy.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
That was just
But you see,
breathtaking.
even with a horse with some problems, they can do a lot. They really can do a lot. And if you work the muscles in the correct way and give it time to warm up, and
Very good. Hey, handsome.
it's really funny horse to ride.
Yeah. He looks very proud.
Who?
He's getting warmed up.
Yet.
Pedro, is he taller than Ruby, would you say?
More or less the same.
More or less the same size as his Olympic stallion sire,
Huh?
which is big for Lusitano.
It's 9 years old.
And their prime is like 9 to 12, do you think? Or
Did?
when do you feel their prime is like
When they
12 years old?
Yeah, 10, 11. Yeah.
Pedro, how would you verbalize to someone? How would you start instructing someone to start showing their horse some passage? Like, I feel like if you've got a horse that is able to do it, how would you start introducing that to your horse, the passage?
Well, exist horses coming from the trot. You collect the trot, or you mix a little bit with the concentration, and immediately they found the passage. Other times you have to touch in the hands.
Okay.
You know, to teach like a jambette or a Spanish walk, and then from there you go to.
Now, are you using your legs as a bit of a metronome then? Like, are you using your legs to cue?
This is after.
Okay,
Because first he needs to found this suspension.
right.
And then when they found the suspension, then we introduce the legs. And then it's like that. When you lift the right shoulder, it's good if you can touch with the left leg.
Yeah.
And then when you have to lift the left shoulder, you have to touch with the right leg. You have a little bit coordination.
Okay, so when you're in a collected trot, is it your hips that start finding a slower movement to get to that?
What I do, I slow down and then I introduce the code. What is the code? When I touch with my legs like this in
Okay.
front, in the rhythm of the shoulders, it started to get the suspension of the shoulders.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
You're gonna see that in the next horse. That horse, the next horse make really good passage, and I really teach him like that
Okay.
from the beginning. And you're gonna see when I do like this, immediately he started swing in the passage.
Gotcha. Okay.
But always you have to find the way the horses reproduce the movement or understand the movement, and then you have to introduce the code. But many times the final code, it's not the code you teach in the beginning.
Right.
You imagine in the passage, you do first Spanish walk,
Yeah.
and with the help from the ground, just for the horse founds the suspension. And normally you mix. When you collect the trot, they found the suspension.
Gotcha.
Okay, and when they found the suspension, you introduce the signals after.
Okay.
But it's important if you do it before.
Yeah.
Otherwise, sometimes they don't found it. If you sit in the normal horse and you make like this,
Yeah. Now, is this going to be
Don't-
difficult to teach a horse that's older?
but even if he's older, and I have experience with some horses in Germany, I have a horse with 15 years old, and immediately get it.
All right.
You know, you immediately get it. It was really fun. I touch with the stick, and how you touch with the stick. If you have a bamboo or something like that, and you touch in the down part of the legs, like you have to simulate exist a cavaletti, and you have to go over the cavaletti.
Yeah.
It's what you need to bring, because the horses have the head like this, they don't see what's up and down, and when you touch in these parts, like it looks like you have a bar in the ground and you have to go over the bar. Okay, and step by step you started to change a little bit the time, but they started to found it, you know, and immediately some horses are very, this one I'm gonna ride now, it's extremely sensitive. If you just make it like this with your hand, immediately started to do like that, you know. It's, Some
Okay.
horses, they
Yeah.
are too much sensitive
Yeah.
with the touch in the legs.
Okay.
You know, and for that you almost don't touch. For I do passage with this guy, I have to put the stick close to the chest, and then I bring him down to the arms. And when he do like this, it's enough for him to make a passage. How much touch with the knees in the mouth?
Okay.
It's crazy. If I touch from the ground, it's crazy. It's too much. Then you have to figure out how to do it. The suspension, but keep in the same time you have to keep him cool.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Like that.
This horse is he have a funny story. He's a friend of mine. Also, he do working equitation. It's after me in this moment. He's the guy with more titles. It's my student, and he's not professional rider. He's an architect. Okay, and he
Wow.
comes and he buy his horse, and even like that, he was European championship several times and world champion also. It's really really nice guy, and he was in the breeder of this horse, and he buy a horse for him, and he see this one with 2 years old, and he sent me a message. Oh, well, we buy a horse. And I said, okay, what means we buy a horse? It means you have to pay half. And actually, it was fun. Because he buy this horse, you see this horse in the field, in the middle of the others, 2 years old, you know, you don't see so much, you know. And well, I don't know what you see on him, but actually we take him, we make the deal, and we started to work, and he's a really funny horse. Really, really funny horse. You're gonna see, it's really, really funny horse. A lot of character.
Yeah.
It's a little bit clown, he likes to play with things, you see, now he catches them, you know.
Yeah.
He makes crazy things, but he's a funny horse. Really, really funny horse. And it's gonna be the horse. I'm gonna ride in the Golgan, in the show Friday night,
Oh,
in the carousel.
Perfect.
This guy, it was really fun. He was always here in the stable. I never present him, never take him from the stable. And then this year in March, they invite the Portuguese team to go to Equitana in Germany.
Oh,
And
cool.
okay, we're gonna do a carousel. Okay, you know what is the carousel of work equitation? It's 12 riders with
Yes.
the sticks and we make a choreography together.
It's like a drill.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
It's beautiful.
Yeah, and my number is, well, my place is in front. Okay, it's not good if my horse don't go over something or turns back or stop or something like that. It's not good. And then we take him to the riding center here nearby, and we make 2 trainings, but without lights, nothing, no public, nothing, you know. And I was a bit like, oh my God, wow, it's gonna be in Germany. Well, and actually, this guy was super good guy. He goes there. Aquitaine is 8,000 persons. Lights moving in the ground. He was, well, some of the horses there frozen for him. He was really, I was very happy with him.
That was his jam.
And then, well, we did it also here in Portugal, the same